Hi everyone, this video is about a WordPress website, how to identify if your website was hacked for drug company spam or pharma spam, okay, and how to fix it and prevent it, of course. So we're going to start off with a legitimate example. This is a WordPress website that is very outdated. And it is a website that is already showing. You can just see, we go down here and we can see locustgrovepastures.com right here. It just doesn't match because, again, you're talking about a, that the title is different than what the website should be. And what we do is when we click this here, it actually redirects to a drug website which has nothing to do with the content of this website, locustgrovepastures.com. So why don't we just talk about this in general? What is it? How does it happen? Now, I have been faced with these many times over the years regarding WordPress. Clients will come to me and basically ask me what's going on, with their website, what happened, and it's not that difficult to solve. But then again, many people don't understand and have the know-how to do it. So I just go ahead and handle it for them. But why don't we shed some light on this issue here? Now, the type of hack that this is, it's a type of SEO spam. All right. Now, this is used by hackers when they hack into your website, and they're doing it to improve the rank of websites that are selling these drugs like Viagra, Valium, so on and so forth. Okay, so it's estimated that almost half of all malware attacks include the creation of some kind of SEO spamming campaigns on specific websites. So these kind of attacks involve the addition of new pages, sometimes altering of existing pages, and adding links for SEO purposes. So why don't we dig a little bit deeper? We'll log on to this website. We'll look at some of the code, and we'll talk about how these attacks happen. Okay, so what I did here was I went ahead and I logged on to the web server. In this case, this is using GoDaddy. And I'm not going to recommend GoDaddy. I'm just saying that these particular websites are located here on GoDaddy. So what they have here is a user interface that is server-side, but you can do this via FTP. You can even download the website completely onto your desktop, analyze the code, and then re-upload it, whatever works for you. But in this instance, we'll just go ahead and we'll use what we have here, which is modifications directly on the server. So the first thing that I did, and this is what I suggest if you have an issue, you want to go ahead and, let's just say you go to that folder, the WordPress folder where all your files are located on the WordPress website. So the first clues that I look for is the dates. I want to see the dates. So over here we see June 11, 2021. And this here, the WHT access file had activity. So we click that. Want to see what happened here. Okay, wait a second. Looking at this right here, very suspicious, and it was modified. So the rewrite right here, HTTP user agent, what this is basically doing here is if you Googled, use Yahoo, MSN, AOL, Bing, okay? And that's what you typed in for your keywords. And if this htaccess file is coming from these websites, then what happens, it then gets redirected. So to summarize what I just said, if you were just to type in the domain, the infected domain, it would go ahead and come up fine. But in this case, you would have to use one of these search engines, and if you did that, then you would be redirected, and you would then go to this file here. And now I've seen instances many times where it'll just be a URL, but in this case, it's being sent to a file, then it's being sent out to another website. Needless to say, this file here has to be changed, and what we're going to do is we're just going to restore this to the older one. In other words, the goal here is fix the problematic files, then we're going to secure it. Now, this would have never happened if this server at GoDaddy was able to handle the latest PHP, but it is not. So, you know, these were not up, you couldn't even upgrade these. But in essence, any website folders that you have, they should, if that server cannot, let's say, handle the latest version of PHP, that needs to be moved. A new host, a new server, whatever it is. Or this is just going to keep happening. Now, there's different fixes that you can utilize that can definitely help, you know, some plugins. But ultimately, the best way to handle this is to upgrade your WordPress to the best, the latest version, and that is really going to be the best way to handle this. All right, so why don't we go ahead and just fix what we have, and then we can talk more about solutions. So let's go ahead and focus on fixing this right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the history. All right, so here I have the history where I can, you know, go ahead and restore. Now we know that this was on 2/11, so what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to click back there, and we're going to have to go before that date. So let's say we just go, you know, the 8th, Monday the 8th, or let's do this the 7th. All right, and what we'll have to do here, and you know that this happens all too often here when they get that error. Okay, so now it was saved. So basically, that's really what we want to do, is we want to go and we want to get an older file, one that hasn't been we go ahead and take a look at that file that it's bringing us to here. Here's the file that it's sending us to, flannel-crag.php. Okay, so here we're looking at the code right here. All right, and then that page was created. So what I want to do is go back to this file. Boy, do their servers take a while to load. All right, so we're gonna click here, and then we're gonna delete that file. All right, that was the file that was put there. We're also going to delete another suspicious file here that was also placed during the hack. Okay. Now I want to go back and I want to Google and now let's just see. Yeah, just as suspected. So it's the HT access is sending to this, but now we deleted it. So therefore there's an error, right? So now what we have to do is we have to replace the access file .htaccess. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just go to, let's say, sorry. And here we have the code for the htaccess file. This is just a default in case you don't have a backup. And we're going to go to that all-important folder. We're going to find that here. Okay, so we're going to go to that all-important folder here. We're going to find that htaccess, going to get rid of all this here. Now we're going to paste it, and then we're going to save. And that right there should get rid of our error. Okay. Now you can see we still have the title here, all right, with the drug spam, but that's going to take some time. Google has to re-index this. Let's click on that, see what happens, and lo and behold, we are going to the proper website now. So, this is the first video. I'll do a few more. And this is just how to fix, a quick fix. Once you fix this, you can get your website back up, and then we want to secure your WordPress website. Excuse me, you want to change things like your FTP. You want to be sure that you're protecting it from this happening again, because if you don't, you can be sure that it will. So I'll be covering a few more videos, all right? And thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.